Welcome to the City of Windsor's Community Engagement presentation on the Stormwater Financing Study. In this short video, you will learn about the city's current stormwater management program, the gaps that the city is looking to address, and some possible ways to fund the modernization of the program. This study is supported by a large city committee with representatives from engineering, finance, and other departments. An external consultant team composed of Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions and Watson and Associates economists are also involved in the study. The City of Windsor has invested in an extensive public stormwater management system. The estimated replacement value of the system is approximately $1.8 billion. To preserve the aging infrastructure and avoid costly emergency repairs, the city is proactively investing in ongoing maintenance. The purpose of the stormwater financing study is to better understand the city's current stormwater management program, to identify what stormwater requirements the city will have in the future, and to investigate funding alternatives for these requirements. We will evaluate the potential costs and funding impact of a new stormwater management program so we can make informed recommendations about what to prioritize, how much to invest, and how to fund these investments. Engaging the community as we conduct the study will help us better understand how to serve the city's stormwater needs. Here are a few basics to help you understand stormwater management and why the city is investing in it. Stormwater is rainwater and melted snow that runs off lawns, streets, and other surfaces. Hard surfaces like pavement and roofs prevent stormwater from soaking into the ground, increasing runoff. If it is not managed in built environments, stormwater runoff can flood roads, homes, and businesses. In the natural environment, failing to manage or treat stormwater runoff can contribute to creek erosion and may carry harmful pollutants to local bodies of water. To learn more about stormwater and how it affects you and your community, visit the city's Stormwater Financing Study website. Over the past decade, there have been shifts in the way we think about stormwater management, as shown in this table. For example, we have moved from seeing stormwater as a nuisance to be removed as quickly as possible to a focus on better managing existing infrastructure and handling stormwater on-site. Factors such as climate change and improving transportation safety have also influenced how we think about stormwater management. The city has experienced stormwater management challenges in 5 general areas: aging infrastructure and growing communities, legislated and proactive maintenance, flood safety and mitigation, regulatory requirements, and water quality protection. In addition, the city has experienced significant rainfall and runoff events that have exceeded the capacity of our sewers. These events have caused localized flooding and damage. The purpose of this study is to help the city meet stormwater management challenges by developing a comprehensive stormwater management program and determining how the program will be funded. The program must protect public health and safety, stakeholder investments, and the city's valuable man-made and natural resources. It will do this with proactive maintenance and operation requirements for existing assets and well-considered investments in system upgrades and expansions. Funding for the stormwater management program needs to be sustainable and equitable. One idea is to shift from the current funding model, which is based on sewer surcharges related to water usage, to a model based on how much stormwater runoff comes from a property. To improve the city's stormwater management, it is crucial to understand its current program. The public portions of the city's stormwater system include over 1,025 kilometers of sewers, approximately 15,300 manholes, over 22,600 catch basins, 29 stormwater ponds, 39 pumping stations, 124 kilometers of municipal drains, and 254 kilometers of road ditches. Replacing this infrastructure would cost approximately $1.8 billion. In addition to infrastructure, the city has 40 to 45 full-time employees who perform stormwater-related services. These services are managed by two departments, engineering and public works. The city may request additional support from other departments or call on the help of external contractors to support maintenance and capital works projects. The city currently spends about $9 million in operations and $23.3 million on capital costs. This means that the city's current stormwater program costs about $32.3 million each year. The current stormwater program is funded in three ways: through sewer surcharge rates, which include charges for the recovery of sanitary sewer and stormwater services, fixed wastewater charges based on meter size, and consumption charges based on water usage; through development charges, which can help recover costs associated with new and expanded infrastructure resulting from new development; and through grants, like Infrastructure Canada's Disaster Mitigation and Adaptation Fund, which helps municipalities develop flood mitigation projects that aim to improve infrastructure like sewers, sewer lines, pumping stations, and storage areas. So, how does the city currently pay for the stormwater management program? The current program is primarily funded through sewer surcharge rates paid by residents and businesses. This funding supports both wastewater and stormwater services, with 42% going to stormwater. This means, based on the 2020 budget, that approximately $32.3 million is available for the stormwater management program from these sewer surcharges. This table presents the typical annual sewer surcharge bills for three types of customers, and the portion of their annual bill that is invested in stormwater services and the portion that is invested in wastewater services. The city's stormwater management program requires a funding boost to modernize and reach recommended levels of service. In 2020, $32.3 million was directed toward the program. The preliminary cost estimate to get the city up to recommended levels of service is $46.4 million annually. This is a 44% increase, and the amount does not include billing administrative charges, program support from other departments, and any additional infrastructure costs that result from new developments. The city is proposing that the needed funding increase be phased in over the course of 5 years. The preliminary cost estimate does not include the works recommended in the recently approved Sewer Master Plan, which will also inform future stormwater costs. The plan will be reviewed annually during budgeting and may be adjusted in future years. Funding increases will help the city operate and maintain existing infrastructure in a way that keeps the system in good repair. In addition, these increases will support upgrades and retrofits that consider climate change, legislative requirements, and incorporate low-impact development and green infrastructure solutions into new developments. Overall, these measures will support a more sustainable, long-term stormwater management program. The city is assessing different frameworks to support the funding of the future program. Some options being discussed include property taxes, uniform flat rates, utility rate, variable flat rate based on property class or category, variable rate applied to property land area, rate applied to actual impervious area of each property. The city is also exploring how funds are acquired in other municipalities. In general, municipalities in Ontario tend to fund stormwater programs from the general tax levy. There is a recent trend toward more dedicated funding sources. Some advantages to this model include dedicated and stable funding sources, which allow for better long-term planning. Segregation of revenue directly aligned with service provision. Increased equity, as properly designed stormwater fees follow a user-pay principle. Increased awareness of the importance of stormwater management and associated costs, which can increase public support. This table outlines some examples of the different funding models other municipalities have implemented. Municipalities such as Mississauga, Guelph, and Brampton have funding models similar to what the city is proposing. Through consultation with city staff and a dedicated stakeholder committee, this proposed rate structure was developed to provide an equitable and sustainable funding source for the future stormwater program. Under this new funding model, residential properties will be tiered and charged a flat rate. The residential tiers will be based on density. Non-residential properties will pay a rate per hard surface hectare or impervious surface hectare, which will be based on a measured impervious area. This bar graph illustrates what residential and non-residential property owners currently pay and what they would pay under the proposed rate structure. The city's sewer surcharge model currently allocates 60% of the cost of stormwater and wastewater services to residential customers and 40% to non-residential customers. With a shift to the proposed rate structure, the cost allocation for stormwater services would be approximately 37% for residential customers and 63% for non-residential customers. This is aligned with the share of impervious area associated with non-residential properties. This graph compares the annual stormwater and wastewater bills from Ontario municipalities that have established dedicated funding mechanisms for stormwater services. Detroit has also been included because of its proximity to Windsor. Combined stormwater and wastewater bills are compared because there is sometimes overlap between these two services, for example due to combined sewers, so it can be hard to separate out the costs. The black arrow indicates the estimated 2020 sewer surcharge bill for an average single detached house. The orange arrow indicates the estimated cost of stormwater and wastewater services for a single detached house in the first year of the proposed stormwater management program. As the graph shows, considering the 5-year phase-in to the recommended stormwater program, and with a shift in cost recovery model away from the sewer surcharge, the average single detached house would likely pay less for stormwater and wastewater services in the first year of the program. The estimated charge for a single detached house is well within the range of charges seen in other municipalities included in the comparison. Let's shift to looking at small, non-residential property, such as a fast food restaurant with a parking lot. Based on preliminary estimates, this type of property would potentially see a reduction in its annual stormwater and wastewater bill in the first year of the proposed program. Furthermore, the estimated bill would be well within the range of charges seen in other municipalities included in the comparison. Finally, let's look at a large, non-residential property, such as a commercial plaza with a large parking space. Based on the preliminary estimates, this type of property would likely see an increase in its annual stormwater and wastewater bill, largely because of the shift to an impervious area-based funding model. Although at the higher end, the estimated bill for this type of property would still be within the range of charges seen in other municipalities included in the comparison. Considering municipalities that impose stormwater charges based on a measured impervious area for non-residential properties, the stormwater charges are relatively higher in these municipalities. This is because with the measured impervious area rate structure, the cost of service is directly linked to the amount of stormwater runoff that a property generates. This is called the user pay principle. The changes to non-residential properties could vary widely depending on how much impervious surface is on the property and how much water consumption occurs on the property. For example, a commercial parking lot or parking structure typically doesn't consume water, so it doesn't receive a sewer surcharge bill. Therefore, under the current rate structure, this sort of property doesn't contribute to stormwater services funding. Under the proposed rate structure, the property would be subject to a stormwater bill in direct proportion to the amount of paved area on the property. So, this type of property would potentially feel the largest change, as they pay nothing currently. On the other hand, there are examples of large non-residential properties that consume a lot of water and therefore contribute to stormwater services through the sewer surcharge. In some cases, the net change of shifting to the proposed rate structure could be negligible or even favorable to the property owner. As part of a future implementation phase, the city will consider options for a credit program to recognize investments made to better manage stormwater on properties, thereby giving property owners greater control of their stormwater bill. To move forward with the new stormwater management program, the city needs to hear from you. We are seeking your feedback to better inform the proposed program. In addition, the city is exploring exemption policies, credits, and incentive programs such as credits for rain barrels or on-site stormwater controls. If a decision is made by Council to move ahead with the new stormwater management program and rate structure, an implementation phase will follow this study. This implementation phase would include detailed calculations of impervious areas of all non-residential properties, a sampling of residential properties, and details of a billing structure. This implementation phase would be expected to take approximately 1 year. Please be sure to complete the survey related to this study. You can find a link to the survey online on the same web page where you accessed this presentation. There is a PDF of the survey available for download on the same web page that can be printed and submitted via mail by October 19, 2020. To provide additional feedback or to learn more about the program, please visit the web page or send an email to sfs@citywindsor.ca. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to hearing from you.